Okay, guys. Hi, how you doing? I'm Chip from Mystery Angels, and also Chip and Guardian's Adventures. Guardian, say hello. Miserable boy. Yes, you are. Anyway, so I've just heard Don Wells do something dangerous, and I think hopefully the police have seen this and are going to make an arrest, right? He's bringing up terrorists. He's trying to make his boys into terrorists. Why? Let me explain. So I'm going to let you hear this first, and then I'll explain to you, right? Alexa, switch my light off. This is the interview that he did yesterday, right? Yesterday. Alexa, switch my light off.
Okay.
Here is, in his words exactly, listen to it carefully, guys. He did this yesterday, 11 hours ago. You ready?
All these kids today are going to have to make a choice tomorrow, about the Sunday law, and it could be like they might have to give up their life in order to keep the commandments.
Right. Put my light on.
Okay.
Did you hear that? They would have to keep the commandments, they would have to give up their lives. That's what he's teaching his boys. Isn't that exactly what terrorists do? The 9/11 terrorists. Did they, or do they not say, be prepared to give up your life for your cause? Isn't that terrorist talking? Shouldn't this interview be seen by your police because you're in America? That's terrorist talk. I was gobsmacked when he said that. He's in the Seventh Evangelist Church. It's the fifth fastest growing church in the United States. So I was listening to it, and they believe in resurrection. They believe in the second coming. All well and good. They're very multi-raced, very but old school. Although they are Protestant Christians. I've never heard of them, right? Each to their own. But if this church is encouraging children to give up their lives to save the commandments, or go against change and do a mass suicide, or even worse, become a terrorist, Jesus, that is scary stuff. I ain't joking, guys. That's scary. Do you know what I mean? Why would you tell your children for a commandment, to save commandments, you might have to fight and give up your life? That's exactly what they say, them people who hurt other people and kill themselves. Do you want to hear it again? Okay. Alexa, shut my light.
And help them understand the importance of that.
Alexa, shut my light.
Book in the future, because they're going to see all this stuff.
Alexa, shut my light.
Okay.
Happen. The Sunday law and all that, it's going to happen in their time, and all these kids today are going to have to make a choice tomorrow, about the Sunday law, and it could be like they might have to give up their life in order to keep the commandments.
To open my light. So for you guys who don't know what the Sunday law is, hundreds of years ago, you couldn't work on a Sunday. It was the day of rest, everything shut. Now the government, and it was like a 3-day week. Now the government wants to bring that back for a little while. Right? Now, I don't know about America, but I definitely know about the UK. They're thinking about bringing it back, and they're thinking about shutting everything on a Sunday like in the old days, right? What they're saying is, no, it's a Saturday, the Sabbath, because there's many other cultures that believe in that too, religions, like the Jewish people and stuff like that. But the Jewish people don't say you've got to kill yourself for it if it changes. They just stick to their own. You heard it clearly with his name. You heard it with his own voice. You seen it, did you not? What do you guys think? Comment down below. This is getting ridiculous. Someone needs to stop him. And even if he's not meaning it because he's stressed or drinking, but he's actually saying things that are so dangerous. He should be stopped. These people are supposed to be his friends. Why don't they, as soon as he said that, say, no, explain what you mean? Because you've just said that your sons will do anything and even give up their lives. What do you mean by that? Explain to people. If I was his friend, that's the first thing I'd say to him. Listen, mate, explain what you mean by your children giving up their lives in the future. Explain what you mean. But they didn't. They just allowed him to do it, and it'll be on their channel. So their channel now will be seen everywhere because of what they've just said. What's going on? Are they just using him to get more views, and they don't care what he says or does? Or I ain't joking. This is serious. He's just literally said that the children's got to give up their lives if they change it where Sunday everything shuts on a Sunday. That his kids, he's teaching his kids to be prepared, to be ready, to even give up their lives for it. What does that mean? Explain what that means, Don. If I was their friend, I'd explain what that means. Because to me, as soon as I heard that, I was like, what? You mean like them people who, like terrorists, when they go out and they hurt other people and then blow themselves up? Or like those people who don't like the law, so they take a bomb and blow people up and stuff. You mean like that? What does he mean, they take their lives? Or is it like one of them cults where they have a mass suicide? Is he teaching his kids anything like that? That's wrong, isn't it? I don't know. I'm confused, guys. That's why I've come to you, to my subscribers. Please, please, please let me know what's going on. Did you see this? What do you think he meant about they have to give up their lives for the commandments? Is this religion or a cult? What's going on? Does anyone know? Would you comment down below? Because it's kind of scary. If he's bringing up 3 boys, and by the way, just thought I'd let you know, there is no male prophet. There hasn't been a male prophet since 1960s. That was the last male prophet. The spirit world won't send down another male prophet because it turns them. They can't control themselves. They have to use it for their own personal gain eventually. The power's too much for them. So they don't use men as prophets no more. They use women as prophets and children as prophets. They don't use men as prophets no more. There is no male prophets anymore. None. I guarantee you. I know for a fact there isn't any. Just saying. Believe me or not, it doesn't matter. There ain't no male prophets. Because they took too much advantage of the gift that they were given. So, let me know, guys. It's only a quick short. But that scared me. When I heard that, I thought, they're friends of his. And they didn't say, Don, can you please explain what you mean by your children going to give up their lives for the commandments? What do you mean by that? But they didn't. They just stood there and let him fall right into it. Because I didn't understand it any other way but that way. Because I watch things on why do people become terrorists and stuff, and it clearly says they do it through religion, for what they stand for. And if they don't like a place or area that doesn't stand for the same religion, or their religion is threatened, then they'll give up their lives to protect that religion, and they will go out and hurt other people, and including themselves, just to put the point across, to make that group or company change. That's bad, guys. That's very bad. I'm worried. I really am. Them 3 boys are out in that world on their own with a crazy idea. It can either go 2 ways. They can either be beaten up, laughed at, or put in prison. They've got no guidance. If he's taught them that, he's brainwashed them. The oldest boy's what, 13? 11? 13, 12? One's 9, one's 11. Oh my God. I ain't joking. That's not right. Oh, please let the kids be getting help. They need a lot of help. Their mental abuse. Wow. 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 Could anyone explain it to me, please? Because I need to get this out my head, because that's all I heard. That's all I heard. Was they would have to give up their lives for the commandments. But isn't part of commandments, is it a different commandment? Because I thought suicide was one of them commandments you're not allowed to do. Thou should not kill. That's what I thought. I'm getting confused. Can you help me, guys? I don't understand what's going on here. I don't get it. I'll let you hear the last bit. You ready? Alexa. Right.
You know,
I don't know that one.
Alexa, shut my light.
Okay.
Are you ready, guys? I'm going to get you to see this last bit. You ready? Here we go.
Basic with her, you know, love God. We love you, Jesus. Love you, you know, love all of us kids. And, you know, when it comes to the kids, we kept it real basic, you know, when it comes to prayers like that. So I don't really remember anything specific, but I was trying, you know, before all this happened, we would read out of the Great Controversy every night with the boys. We didn't summer and we didn't really make them listen, but we was trying to, you know, help them understand the importance of that book in the future, because they're going to see all this stuff happen. You know, the Sunday law and all that, it's going to happen in their time, and they're going to, all these kids today are going to have to make a choice tomorrow, you know, about the Sunday law, and it could be in life. They might have to give up their life in order to keep the commandments, you know. But
so, are they agreeing then with him? Are they? So they believe they're teaching their kids to give up their lives for a commandment. Are they agreeing with that? Because if I was his friend and I was doing this because I cared for him, I would say, can you explain to people what you mean by your children giving up their lives for the commandments? You wouldn't just leave it there, would you? But they didn't even twitch. They didn't even gobsmacked. Nothing. It's like they're not even there. Let's just hear it again.
Eventually, these kids may never taste death. If they're alive when Jesus comes back, they'll never taste death.
This guy is nuts. This guy is crazy. He really needs to get help. He needs to see a psychiatrist or a psychologist, and fast. Seriously, he needs to go for psychiatric evaluation. I'm not joking with you guys. This guy, seriously.
You know, that's kind of cool to think about. But it's going to get bad, and it's important for these kids to understand what's going to happen in the future, and that's where Ellen White's book comes in. And it explains, her book explains Revelations. This makes it understandable. Daniel's prophecies and all, it's so important. I believe that with all my heart.
Can someone explain it to me, please? What is this book? What is Daniel, whatever his name is, prophet? Is it male, female? What prophet is it? What does the prophet say exactly? Does it say that people have to kill themselves? Is this a cult? Is this church he's with a cult? Is anyone in this church? Is it safe in this church?
I like to serve everybody if I can.
Because I was thinking, if this church is a cult, then what's stopping Don and Candice giving summer to the church? Because they've got 25 places around the world where they could take summer, right? They've got plenty of women in there that would do it. Because if he's telling his kids to give up their lives for a piece of paper with written words on it, would he give up his daughter to the church? Would he give his daughter up to predators in the church just so he can be good with their church, with their minister? Could this be what the Spirit Box was saying about the minister, the preacher? Watch out for the preacher. Could this be why the church is pulling back on him and the minister's pulling back? Or the preacher? Because they don't want the police looking into them. Well, Don's just opened it wide up. Wonder what the church is going to think about that now. That Don's teaching his sons to take their lives or be ready to fight for their commandments. That don't sound like any church I know. Most churches talk about peace, finding resolution. Thou shalt not kill. Thou shalt not steal. Right? A Christian church does. A Protestant church is the same thing. It just that doesn't believe in Mary or something. Has Don and Candice been brainwashed by this church? Have they given Summer up to the church? Just to prove their loyalty. You know how some people sacrifice? Did they give the most important thing up because so he could be in God's good stead, as they say, because he's done so much wrong that they've said to him, it's not enough. You saying sorry is not enough. You have to sacrifice. Have they sacrificed Summer? To prove to the church that they're loyal? Is this what this is all about? Is this why the church is backed off? What do you guys think? I'll let you watch the rest of this.
But Summer loved it here. She can feel the spirit. She just danced around and
If Summer loved it that much, why would you have dragged her away and gone and live somewhere else? If that's true, why would you take your child away? Why were you looking to go and live in a different place, in a different state?
I just can't believe she's gone, just like that.
Well, one thing I want to say is
This is the bit I don't understand with Don. He said she's gone. But if he believes in the resurrection and he believes in the second coming, he said that this life doesn't matter. Is that what he's telling himself because he's hurt so many people? This will explain why he doesn't care. Why he's got that, I don't care. This life doesn't mean anything. I can do what I want in this life. It's the second life I can't. But this life, it doesn't matter. You've heard it very clearly, guys. You heard it very clearly. If a church makes you believe that you do what you like in this life because it's the second life that's important, not this one, this means nothing. What's stopping them? What's giving them a moral compass not to hurt anyone? Listening to this, listening to his religion, what if they've brainwashed him and Candice into believing that they had to sacrifice some in some way? Trust us. It doesn't matter what happens in this life. If you get caught, it doesn't matter if you go to prison. You're not going to be judged. You'll be judged with what you do in your next life. But to get there, you have to sacrifice. What if this is all to do with the church and religion? He needs serious help, guys. He really does. He's telling the boys to kill themselves over a piece of paper and some words. He's talking about that this life doesn't matter what you do and it doesn't matter, when that's not true. Everything we do matters because our future generations will have damage and have to live a harder life. So our children will grow up in a harder world. Harder to eat, there'll be hardly any food, damaged environment. That's not true. What we do now affects our future generations. We don't want our kids to struggle and suffer and end up wearing oxygen because they can't go outside because of what we've done. I certainly don't. Do you? Of course this life matters and what you do in this life matters. It matters to this life. It matters to our children's futures and our grandchildren and great-grandchildren. Or what's the point in having them? If we're going to just destroy and rape the world and leave it at that, then we should then just sit there then and not have any kids and just let the human race die out because we're destroying the earth. That's what he's saying. It doesn't matter. This life doesn't matter. If you say that and believe that, then what's stopping you? If you believe in your church and what they say, what's stopping Don and Candice actually hurting Summer or doing something to Summer or giving her as a sacrifice? What if that man behind them, that strange guy, what if he told them that you've made so many mistakes in your life? That's why he doesn't talk, because he'll be caught. He's not stupid. Why doesn't the preacher do a sermon and we watch a sermon? We only watch bits and pieces what others do, but we've never seen the preacher preach. Guys, what if Summer was a sacrifice? What if they did what they did, left her at the shed, and then the red truck picked her up because she was a sacrifice of some kind? And that's why he ran down there, to make sure that no one was taking her body as the police were coming. That means he was there early. That means Don was right. He was there at 5:30 to stop the police coming in, to make sure that the people that were going to take Summer already took her. And that's why his heart was in his mouth when his neighbour come round. What if Summer is a sacrifice? Because Don loves her more than anything. What if, to prove to the church that he was loyal and to prove to his God he was loyal, that's what he had to do? If you're telling children that you have to give up your life for a piece of paper and words, what's stopping someone telling Don? Because he's crazy. Honest to God, man, he's nuts. I'm going to say it, he's nuts. You tell kids to give up their lives for pieces of paper and what you believe in. I'm sorry, that you're nuts. You're gone. You need to be stopped. What if it's too late? What if he wants to be saved and go to heaven and the only way he can do that? I've seen it before. Have a look in loads of cases where they believe if they sacrifice the only thing that they love, it means that they love God more. And what if he now regrets it? What if he's been told, because you did this, God will make sure that you won't get caught. Don't worry. Don't be frightened. Could this be a possibility, guys? More and more he's talking, the more and more it's sounding more like that. Is that why the church is kept quiet? Is that why they've kept away? Is this church a cult? Like the LDF church? Guys, what if poor Summer's been sacrificed? What if that's what Summer was saying about the poison and everything? Oh, please don't let it be so. You know what I would do? I would get Don and I would inject truth serum in him right now. Actually, I would have done it after the second day Summer going missing. I would get him under hypnosis and get a truth serum. You know, like a truth serum some people use. I don't know if it's in real life, but in the films they use them, don't they? I get it, it's not real life and it's a film. I know, I get confused with, like, that's why I can't watch Coronation Street or anything, because I can't work out what's real and what isn't. Because it looks real. But is it real? Can you imagine if we had that truth serum? I would pay anything to give him hypnosis or a truth serum. I would get the best hypnotist in the world that he couldn't fight. Would he do it, do you think? Do you think if I approached Don and say, Don, if you believe you're innocent, would you be put under hypnosis live? They can do it they can do it like what they're doing. See how they're doing their podcast now or their YouTube channel. Will Don go live and be hypnotized by a proper, well-known, renowned hypnotist? And will Candice's mum? No matter how much it costs, I'll raise the money. I'll sell everything I've got. Because I tell you something, this guy's not with it. He's been brainwashed. There's something wrong. It makes sense why he's missing Summer. It makes sense why him and Candice can't believe what's happened. Because at the time he got into it and now they're regretting it. Now they're thinking, should they have? And they're being taught by the church. But you're going to feel that way. But you've got to believe in God that you're going to be safe. Nobody's going to find you. Think about that, guys. Please comment down below and tell me what you think. Because I'm going nuts here with this. What if it is a sacrifice?
You don't very often see children happy at church. But Summer, she seemed like she was really in her element there. It seemed like she loved it. And that was always, it always gave me a good feeling in my heart when I saw that.
Yeah, because she felt safe. She felt like she could be herself. She knew her mum was unconscious because her mum didn't like church. So she probably her mum had to sedate herself. And Summer saw that and thought, I can be free. She felt safe in that environment. She knew that God was looking after her. That's what she's been told all her life. God's going to look after you. Don't worry. You're safe here. What if it's not, guys? What if they saw Don and Candice coming? And because Don had sat down and confessed his sins, what if they told him he would have to sacrifice something he loved to prove to God that he's changed and that he will never hurt anybody again or do anything like that again? Put in the chat 1. To 10. 10 being the most likely, 1 being no, I don't think so. Help me out, guys. Tell me.
Yeah, I'm not trying to put any churches down. Don't get me wrong. There's a lot of good churches, but there's a lot of children at this church, and usually they're like putting the children. I mean, children are at the forefront in this church.
See what I mean? What he's saying. God should be the forefront. Religion should be the forefront. Helping families should be the forefront. Making sure the congregation is safe and happy and everybody in it is secure should be at the forefront. Not children. Is this the LDF church all over again, but in a different way? He's saying he's not pulling down other churches. Again, the LDF, our church is the only real church. Oh my God. I'm telling you, summer could be a sacrifice.
And I love that. That meant a lot to me, as far as the church. So, yeah, all these children here are extremely happy, and they have a private school if you can afford it. We were trying to get them into their private school because they teach, Bible principles. And
He's trying to get his children in a private school, and yet he lives the way he lives. This guy is delusional, guys. Seriously. He's willing to work all hours God sends, literally, so he can send his kids to private school. And who's going to pay for that? Who told him about this private school? Were they targeting Candice and Don's children? Because they're an easy target. These people are an easy target. Because they're so badly damaged with what they've done and they want to move forward, they want to be forgiven, they just want a life now because they're getting old. I mean, Don is getting old, He just wants to forget all his life and start again, and he can't. So are they taking advantage? Oh, send your kids to this boarding school. Send your boys to this boarding school because they know there's abuse in there and that. Oh, sacrifice your daughter to prove that you're serious. You love some of the most, yeah? She's your pride and joy. Give her to God. Don't worry, you're not killing her. You're just giving her to God. Sacrifice her, give her to God, and then God will prove that you will prove to your God then that you love her. What if that's the case, guys? We've seen it before 1,000 times. Anyone who watches mysteries, anyone who sees like satanic stuff and stuff like that, this goes on all the time. All the time. Especially in the LDF church and these kind of churches. And by the way, before anyone wants to threaten me, remember, threaten me like, oh, I'm from the LDF, how dare you and all this. Don't bother because they won't show me it, number one. And number two, I'm dying anyway. I'm not scared to die, I'm dying. I'm terminally ill. So beat that one. There's nothing you can say, I'm not scared. Alexa.
The important things, and all these kids here are extremely happy. So that's very important. But not trying to put any other churches down or anything like that. There's a lot of good churches.
No, I don't think you put anything down. I think that's fine.
It was well said.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, I think we'll just have you thank your supporters, because I'd have to say you have a lot more supporters than hate, and you already know.
Yeah.
We're going to have the haters. We have to be okay with that one.
Put my light on.
Okay.
Can I ask you a question, guys? What makes you a hater? I don't understand. I don't get it. What makes you a hater? Because you don't like the way someone behaves and you say it, does that make you a hater? So if that's the case, then every judge's a hater of criminals, right? Okay. So I do hate, let's say, predators. I am beyond hate of predators. It's something different. I could do stuff to them and sit and have something to eat and drink. why they're bleeding out, if you get what I'm saying. No problem. And I wouldn't think twice. I'd walk away. Oh, with that statement before, it's true. I'll let you know, I've got bowel disease, a certain condition, after I had my gallbladder out. It crippled me. On the 20th, I'm going in for more biopsies and tests to see how far I've gone. But I won't be making old age. I won't be making pension age. That's a definite. We just don't know when. And before everyone says, "Oh, Paul, don't worry, I'm not scared. I've lived my life to the best I can. I have helped everybody. I've never been bad. I've never hurt anybody. I've always protected people. I've always been kind. I've always been at people's side and helped people. I've always gone out my way." Do I believe there's a heaven and a hell? Do I believe it the way it says in the Bibles and that? No. But the way I look at it is, although I don't, if there is, then I'll get through, won't I? Because I didn't do it to get to their heaven and their hell. I did it because I'm a good person. That's why I did it. Because I didn't want to see no one hurt or be in pain. Because I've been in pain all my life and I don't like it. And I don't want no one to ever feel that again. Ever. So while I'm here, I'm going to try and stop it the best way I can. But it's true. But I'm not scared, and I don't expect any of yous. See the bruise on my nose since I had butted the wall. I'm not gonna. I don't want. Please don't put "I'm sorry" or anything like that in the chat. I just wanted to say that just to prove, because I got threatened. If you carry on with this, you know, you're gonna die. Yeah, I'm gonna die anyway. I'm not scared to die. Not at all. In fact, you threatening me would be a godsend to what you're saying you're going to do to me. Would be a hell of a lot easier about what I've got to go, because this condition makes me starve to death slowly, and it's painful, very painful. The doctors have already told me that it's going to be horrifically painful, and it's slow, very slow. But the good thing is, I ain't scared. And I don't want yous lot to talk about it. I don't want yous lot to say things about it. I don't want yous lot to say I'm sorry. I don't want yous to feel sorry for me. I want us to build this channel and let's get going so we can get everyone involved. That's why I want 7 Angels. I want people from around the world to get together and help me with this channel. So when it does happen, it still goes. I will pass it on to you guys, and then you guys can carry it on, because I do believe we can do some good. I do believe the people who subscribe here, we will do good. We will solve mysteries, we will make friends, we will help people that get ignored to speak. It's going to be so good. I've got a dream and I'm hoping it works. But if it doesn't, it doesn't matter. What matters is the fact that even if I've got 1 subscriber and there's 2 of us, we can make a big difference. Our channel could still make a big difference if there's just 2. A big difference. But the more we make, the more difference we make. And that's what's important. Isn't it? Okay, guys. So don't talk about it. I don't want to talk about it. I don't want people to say I'm sorry, anything like that. It's painful. It's going to be painful. There's nothing we can do. The doctors are trying, but there's nothing they can do so far. Who knows? Tomorrow there could be a cure. Tomorrow there could be something they can do. I'm going for biopsies on the 20th. They're going to see how far and how bad it's deteriorated. But it might be the same for a year. So far, in the last 6 months, it's deteriorated at a rate of 10% each time. So it's slowing down. Things being absorbed into the body slowing down. That's why I'm so thin. And look like drawn and ill. Because I am. Right? But don't worry, guys. just please don't talk about it. Please don't feel sorry for me. Please don't put in the chat, I'm sorry, or anything like that. There's nothing to be sorry about. Let's just get on with this. Let's find somewhere. Let's sort this out. Let's do what we do best and put our views forward. Whatever you think about, put down about this case. Please comment down below what you really think about what he just said there. I would really love to know. You're just so smart. In my chat, there's so many smart people that have so much good ideas. And even the ones who believe in Don and Candice, that's good. I'm not telling you not to trust or believe in Don and Candice. I'm telling you not to sacrifice your children for that. I'm telling you, believe them, look after them, protect them, be there for them, speak up for them. You can do that on this channel. That's no problem. I have nothing against them for that. Until we know the truth, I'm not accusing them of anything. I'm just saying, what if? The possibility. It's a mystery. That's what this channel's about, mysteries. If it's a mystery, we're there. If someone wants us to look into something, we will. When this channel grows, we will. That's the way it works. We're here for each other, day or night. Eventually, everyone from around the world it'll be day and night. So if I'm asleep or it's night here, it'll be day there. Someone will always be on to talk to you what you need. Stay safe, guys. Like I said, just be careful. Don't sacrifice your children just to prove a point. Or your animals or anything. It's like I said, if you're a Don supporter or a Candice supporter or you support that they're innocent, you're more than welcome here. Nobody's saying they're guilty. We're just saying the possibilities of what it could be. So if you're into that, you're interested in what people's thoughts are, their feelings are, and you respect them for their feelings and thoughts, because they'll respect you for your feelings and thoughts. If you respect each other, it's no problem. You're more than welcome here. We judge here because everyone judges. Everyone judges. It doesn't matter who you are, you still judge. And even the people that say they don't judge, it's a crock. Everyone judges, right? We have to judge to stay alive. We have to judge to eat. If you look at a piece of meat and it's grey or a vegetable that has loads of worms in it, you're going to judge that that's not a good idea to eat. That's still judging it. Stay safe. Be safe. Keep your family safe. Catch you in a while, crocodile.